There's been a big surprise, a big development in Pakistan. The Pakistani judiciary has apparently turned the tables on the Pakistani army and released Imran Khan. So, is the Pakistani judiciary anti army? Is the Pakistani judiciary anti national? Are we going to see a coup in the army? Are the army chief General Asim Munir's days numbered? And where are the terrorists, the Pakistani terrorists? Where is the Taliban? Where are the millions of terrorists that call Pakistan their home? Why haven't they been activated to take advantage of the ongoing chaos in Pakistan? And who is the big winner thus far? Let's find out. Please subscribe to the channel to never miss a geopolitical update. So here's what has happened thus far. The former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, has been released after 2 days of detention and complete chaos in Pakistan. The Pakistani Supreme Court has ruled that his arrest on corruption charges was illegal, and they ordered his immediate release. And then 3 different benches of the Islamabad High Court granted bail to Imran Khan. He still remained under detention for several hours after being granted bail. He claims that the Inspector General of Islamabad, the police, made lots of efforts to prevent him from leaving for his home in Lahore. But eventually, last night, he was finally allowed to leave and he has returned to his residence in Lahore. The judiciary has said that he cannot be rearrested on those charges until the 17th of May, but the charges have not been dismissed. Now, Imran Khan has lashed out at the army chief, General Asim Munir. Imran Khan has said that only one man was making all the decisions. He has said that the army chief is ruining the country, Pakistan, and causing a huge amount of damage that even Pakistan's enemies have not been able to do thus far. So Imran Khan has very cleverly and very wisely claimed that his fight is not against the security agencies, the ISI, the Pakistani military. He's saying that his fight is against one man, Army Chief General Asim Munir. Imran Khan has said that there is no democracy in the army. Well, excuse me, Imran Khan. An army is never a democratic place. It's all about following orders. But yeah, that's what Imran Khan has said, that there is no democracy in the Pakistani army and that the army is getting maligned because of one man. It's not the security agency, the ISI, it's not the army, it's one man who is the cause of the trouble, the Army Chief General Asim Munir. So Imran Khan is targeting one person specifically, Asim Munir, the army chief. So who's the big winner right now? As of today, right now, the big winner clearly is Imran Khan. He can claim to have been vindicated by the judiciary. That's what he can claim. The charges have not been dismissed, but he has been granted bail. So right now, he can claim that he has been vindicated. What's happened is that the army right now, the Pakistani army, appears weak. It looks weak visibly to the Pakistani people. The army appears to have failed in its attempt to prosecute and imprison Imran Khan and cut him down to size, right? There's been open dissent under the leadership in some quarters of the army. Certain sections of the army have refused to follow direct orders. They have refused to shoot at the people of Pakistan, the people, the PTI supporters who were causing all this chaos and rioting on the streets of Pakistan. They were given orders to shoot at them, and some of them refused to shoot at the protesters. So several army officers have been sacked from their jobs, and most likely they will be court-martialed, and some action will be taken against them, maybe harsh action. So when there is this sort of dissent and disobedience and mutinous, rebellious, treasonous activity in the army, in any army, if there is any disobedience of direct orders, this affects the morale of the army. An army runs on morale. All armies are reasonably well trained, some better than the others. But when there is disobedience, it affects the morale of the army. So that is a big red flag for the army. These are dangerous days for the army. The Pakistani people are openly and widely sharing images of the Pakistani army's 1971 humiliation on social media. The biggest surrender in modern military history. More than 93,000 soldiers, Pakistani soldiers, surrendered to India in 1971 in Bangladesh, after their defeat in the Bangladesh Liberation War. So the Pakistani people are sharing images of this massive humiliation across social media. The picture, the image in the picture in which the Pakistani chief Niazi signs the surrender agreement, humiliation. The pictures of the Pakistani soldiers putting down their weapons and so on. Right? So the Pakistani people are openly mocking the Pakistani army and voicing their contempt for the army. The army's image has taken a huge beating within Pakistan itself. The army has suffered a significant and very visible loss of prestige. What else has happened in Balochistan, one of the Pakistani army camps, border camps with Iran, I think, or Afghanistan, I'm not sure where, but in Balochistan, one of the Pakistani army camps has been attacked and taken over by unknown fighters, most likely Balochistan freedom fighters. Between 7 and 20 Pakistani soldiers are reported to have been killed. The situation is still probably ongoing. We will have to take a look at that, right? The other question, big question, is where are the Pakistan Taliban, the Tehreek-e-Taliban-e-Pakistan, right? Where are these guys? Their stated objective is resistance against the Pakistani state, the military, and their objective is the liberation of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa region and its reunification with Afghanistan. So where are the Taliban, the Pakistani Taliban? Why have they not taken advantage of the situation? Where are the ISIS Khorasan, ISIS-K terrorist group? Why have they not done anything to take advantage of the situation? So it's clear that whoever controls these militant groups, they do not seek the Pakistan chaos to escalate beyond a certain point, which is a very interesting thing to note for us, right? So as of today, the Pakistani army is still very much in power, but it has lost a significant amount of prestige within Pakistan. The question is, what internal repercussions will the Pakistani army face? Will there be an internal coup in the army? Will General Asim Munir be overthrown from his position as the chief of army? See, in any military, in any dictatorship, the leader must firmly be in control of any situation. A leader must succeed. A leader must not preside over the army's humiliation and loss of prestige. And that is what General Asim Munir is facing. So there's the possibility that something could happen within the Pakistani army. The question also is about the Pakistani judiciary. Is the Pakistani judiciary anti-army? Is the Pakistani judiciary anti-Pakistan, anti-national? Certain sections of the ruling party right now, the ruling coalition, have actually said this, that the Pakistani judiciary is acting against Pakistan's interests. I think one of their politicians, Mariam Aurangzeb or something, said something to this effect, right? So the question is the Pakistani judiciary influenced or controlled by external forces? Because, nobody in Pakistan, whether it is the politicians or the judiciary or any other institution, nobody in Pakistan can take on the military and survive. So if the Pakistani judiciary is acting on its own, it's taking an enormous risk, because there will be very dangerous consequences to such actions. So clearly, the Pakistani judiciary feels that it can do this and get away with it. So one possibility is that they are protected by very powerful external forces. That's one possibility. The other possibility is that there are certain sections within the Pakistani military itself that have given support to the judiciary and allowed and given them the go-ahead for doing something like this. So does this indicate a hidden power struggle within the Pakistani army? Are some powerful sections of the Pakistani army sympathetic to Imran Khan? Are they sympathetic to Imran Khan and that's why they are allowing the judiciary to do this? Or are they simply using Imran Khan as a useful idiot to undermine General Asim Munir and make his position untenable? If that is the case, we could see a coup within the Pakistani army in the coming days. It's a possibility. Now, coming to Imran Khan, what's the deal with Imran Khan? Is Imran Khan covertly supported by an external force that seeks to effect certain changes within Pakistan? One possibility, one question we have to ask ourselves is Imran Khan covertly supported by China? I mean, Imran Khan did have a very strong pro-China policy while he was the Prime Minister of Pakistan. So does China still seek to regain some kind of control of Pakistan and revive its China-Pakistan economic corridor, the CPEC project? Yeah, because after the ouster of Imran Khan, the Pakistani army, the military, has once again gone firmly in the US camp. Pakistan is now very, very strongly a US vassal state, a US client state. So the Chinese have lost a significant amount of influence in Pakistan. The CPEC is not going ahead. It's in all kinds of trouble. So does China still seek to regain some kind of control in Pakistan and revive the CPEC project? And are they trying to use Imran Khan to do that, who is known to have a pro-China position and policy? The other question we have to ask ourselves, we have to do it, look at the 360-degree perspective. Is Imran Khan covertly supported by India? We know that he's been a huge admirer of the Modi Jaishankar foreign policy. He has made a point of saying this in public and playing videos of the statements made by Prime Minister Modi and Dr. Jaishankar, the foreign minister of India. So is Imran Khan possibly covertly being supported by India? And the military has used former PTI leaders to make insinuations, like I predicted, that the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, Imran Khan's political party, its leaders are in contact with certain foreign agencies. And by foreign agencies, the insinuation is that it means India. That's one question we have to look at. Is it China? Is it India? The third possibility is Imran Khan on the US payroll? Is that why he is free again? Is that why he is still alive? See, understand this. Just like the US, we know what's been happening in Israel in recent times after the ascent of Benjamin Netanyahu back to power. We know there's been chaos in Israel. The judiciary has been, opposing any attempt by Netanyahu's coalition to reform the judiciary and the way it operates, the way the judges are appointed and all that. And there's been this spontaneous outpouring of massive protests on the streets on cue in Israel. So just like the US uses the opposition and the judiciary in Israel to control the political leadership and to control the nation's internal policy and foreign policy, and to send timely messages to whoever is in power to tell them who the real boss is, just like the US does this thing in Israel. Similarly, the US could perhaps be using the Pakistani judiciary and opposition to send a message to the Pakistani military and remind them who the real power is. The US may be using Imran Khan with or without his knowledge or complicity. He may simply be a useful idiot, but they may be using Imran Khan and the judiciary to remind the Pakistani military as to who is the real boss, who is really in power. We can unleash a color revolution on you anytime. That's a possibility, and I think that's a strong possibility. Yeah. So these are the options. We still don't know what's going on because all these things will not be out in the public domain. But let's take a look at the big picture. What is the first big picture? The first big picture is, despite all the chaos that has happened after Imran Khan's arrest, the army is still firmly in control of Pakistan. It is still firmly in control. It has suffered a loss of prestige, significant loss of prestige. And the people are visibly dissatisfied with the army. But the army is currently still very firmly in control of significant parts of Pakistan. Let's put it like that. The Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shehbaz Sharif, is Prime Minister only in name. Democracy doesn't really exist in Pakistan. He is not in charge of anything. He's not in control. He's not taking any actions. It's the military that is firmly in control of Pakistan. Right? So the army is in control. The army is now no longer a Chinese asset. It is now a US asset. Pakistan is no longer a Chinese client state. Pakistan is a US client state, a US vassal. If chaos continues in Pakistan, I think we could see in the coming days, perhaps an internal coup in the army. If the chaos escalates and just keeps on going, then they will portray General Asim Munir, the current chief of staff, the army chief. They will portray him as the scapegoat. They will put all the blame on him. And then a new leadership will be appointed, nominated, whatever. And then they will try to say that, now the problem is solved. So that is something that could happen. If the army is under pressure, this sort of thing could happen. An internal coup, an internal leadership change within the Pakistani army. If the chaos still continues, if the Pakistani military finds itself under extreme pressure, they will definitely seek to instigate trouble with India. So if the situation continues, they could try to launch terror attacks, maybe in Jammu and Kashmir, maybe in other parts of India. And I can assure you that the Indian government will very much be aware of this, and they'll be anticipating in real time what the various possibilities are. But there are two possibilities within the Pakistani army. Three possibilities. One, things continue as they are if the chaos simmers down. Second, there could be an internal coup within the Pakistani army, and Asim Munir could be made the scapegoat for all this, whatever has happened. Third, there could be tensions with India. They could instigate tensions with India and try to launch terror strikes within India. If this happens, if there is border trouble with India, if there are tensions, if there are terror strikes, if India launches some kind of retaliation, then the people of Pakistan will naturally go back to their herd mentality, sheep mentality, and throw their full support behind the Pakistani military. So that's the third possibility, and that's why it is important for India right now to not to, people keep asking about POK. Is this the right time to take back POK? No, this is not the right time to take back POK. Right now, the Pakistani army needs something like that to make itself relevant again. So I think this is a time when the Pakistani army is weak. It has lost prestige, and I think India should stay out of this. The Pakistanis are shooting themselves in the foot. So let the situation continue. As I have said many times, I have no issue. I have nothing against the people of Pakistan, the common man, woman, and child. But the nation is a terrorist nation, and the army is a terrorist army. They have been instigating terrorism worldwide, especially in the Indian subcontinent, which is India and Afghanistan. Even the Iranians don't like the Pakistani army. So that is the first big picture. We could see this these three possibilities. One of these three possibilities come to fruition. Either the army chief stays in place, or there's a coup and he's replaced, or thirdly, the Pakistanis may try to create trouble with India. The second big picture is that Pakistan is the number one American geopolitical asset in the Indian subcontinent. Just like Israel is America's number one geopolitical asset in the Middle East, similarly, Pakistan is the US's number one geopolitical asset in the Indian subcontinent. So Pakistan essentially is a barometer of US power projection, especially non-military, non-kinetic US power projection in the Indian subcontinent. It's not the only barometer of US power in the Indian subcontinent, but it's the most visible one. So the fortunes of Pakistan will now depend on the fortunes of the US. If the US power globally keeps declining, then Pakistan's fortunes will suffer, and eventually, sooner or later, Pakistan will disintegrate, maybe in the next 3 to 5 years. So it all depends on the US. Pakistan is a US asset, and as long as the US is powerful and has significant influence, sufficient influence, Pakistan will continue to exist and continue to serve US interests. So who's the ultimate winner thus far? Who's the big winner thus far? I think it's too early to say because the situation is still developing. But right now, among all of these various actors, Imran Khan will be the happiest of the lot as of today. So we're going to keep an eye on this situation, and I'm going to keep updating you as and when things happen. My question to you all is, what do you think will happen next in Pakistan? Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon.